Alright guys, this is Hernandez. Today we're going to go over how to get big arms. Alright, so arms are your money makers, your show muscles, you know? Whether you're wearing long sleeve, unless you're wearing a really baggy long sleeve, or a snow jacket or something like that, people are going to see what? Your arms. They're going to see how big they are, and they're going to basically judge you on how buff you are, depending on how big your arms are. So today I'm going to go over some exercises and some main points and tips on how to get big arms. So let's go over the exercises first. Alright, so the first exercise is going to be the straight bar bicep curl. Now, my tips on this is to hit all the angles. You want to do different grips. So I like to go narrow grip and then work my way out. I go about 2 finger lengths out after each set. So I start about right here where my inside of palm of my hands are roughly hitting my thighs, and then I move them out. So where the inside of my hands are just outside of my thighs, and then where my pinky is on the break and the gnarling, and then where the middle of my hand, so my middle finger, is on the very outside of the gnarling. Alright, so when you're doing this exercise, when you're down at the bottom part of your rep, make sure you flex your tricep as much as possible. This allows you to get a full stretch on your bicep. This is the most stretch you're going to get on your bicep without hyperextending your arm. So, up, make sure your elbows come forward and your bar comes about chest level. Down, flex your tricep. Alright, so for that barbell bicep curl, I personally did 4 sets of 12 reps. Now, you might want to change the rep range depending on if you want to do strength or muscle building. Strength, you do about 8. I like to do 8 reps for strength training, and then anywhere from 12 to 15 for building that size. Alright, this exercise is the straight bar. You do easy bar. If you don't have access to a barbell, you can do dumbbells as well. But they're called skull crushers, nose busters, whatever you want to call them. This exercise, the main points are, this is going to be, right here is going to be your full concentric ending state. When you go back, make sure you have your elbows in as much as possible and bring your arms as far back as possible without rotating your shoulders too far back. You don't want to have injuries, but this gives you a full stretch on your triceps. So movement's going to look like this. Alright, so the barbell skull crushers, I did 3 sets of 8 reps. For barbell skull crushers, I like to do anywhere between 8 to 10 reps. I don't really change my rep ranges on the barbell skull crushers. I think just doing 12, you start burning out your shoulders a little bit, and you want to really focus on your tricep. Alright, so third exercise is going to be regular dumbbell alternating curls. So my main tip on this exercise is when you start, rotate your wrist out from the beginning of the rep, and then when you come up, twist your pinky to the outer side of your body. Okay, and then go down, then turn the dumbbell back to the side. So the movement's gonna look like this. Alright, so for that exercise, dumbbell alternating bicep curl, I did 3 sets of 10 reps. Same concept, about 8 reps for strength, 10 reps. I don't really use dumbbell alternating curls for strength training. I usually use like the barbell curl for gaining strength. Plus, when you do your back workouts, you're gonna gain strength as well. But I usually sit from 10 to 15 reps on the dumbbell alternating bicep curl. Alright, so these are dumbbell overhead tricep extensions. So basically you put the dumbbell over your head and you do tricep extensions. So my main points to hit on this exercise are when you come back, you want to get a nice full stretch in your triceps as far back as you can without hurting your shoulders, having any awkward pain in your shoulders. And then when you come up, pretend like you're trying to throw the dumbbell through the roof. Explosive power. And then get that full, it gives you that full contraction on your triceps. Alright, so the overhead tricep extension. Now a lot of people call it a lot of different things. That's what I call it. So if you call it something different, then that's fine. But like I said, make sure you're really trying to push it through the ceiling and really getting that contraction on the tricep, okay? It's no use if you're just kind of doing this little dance I'm doing right now, you know what I'm saying? Just like, no use. All right, so just make sure you're trying to push through the roof and get that nice stretch. Let that dumbbell bring you down, and don't go light. It's just because I did 3 sets of 12 does not mean I went light. I went heavy. I ended up going up to 90-pound dumbbell. It might not be the heaviest for everybody or the lightest for everybody, but that was pretty heavy for me for 12 reps. I think the last one I pushed myself and I went to 15 reps. And you know, it is what it is. I'll go up to 100 next time and hit 3 sets of 12. All right, so these are gonna be the finishers for the biceps. I don't really know what to call these. I just know that they work really well. And the whole point of this is to bring your elbows behind your body. So you hit the long head of your bicep, the one that's gonna give you that peak at the top. Because your long head comes just around here and makes your arms look a lot bigger. So this is not meant to be a quick exercise. This is meant to be a painful one. So you're gonna have your triceps fully extended, just like every other exercise when you're doing biceps. And then you're going to bring it along your body, as close to your body as possible, and contract your biceps. Go down, full contraction, make sure you get that squeeze. Down, full contraction, squeeze. Down, same thing. So when you're coming up, putting the elbows behind you, get the full contraction. When you come down, make sure you flex your triceps. Now you want to do this with a lightweight for a lot of reps. As many as possible. All right, so tricep finishers are going to be bent over tricep kickbacks. On this exercise, the points I want to touch on are make sure your back is generally straight. You can do this without the bench. I'll show you guys that in a second. But you don't want to swing the dumbbell when you're coming back. You want to have it controlled. And when you grab the dumbbell, make sure the palm of your hand is on the back side. So you can kind of kick your wrist up and towards the ceiling when you're doing the exercise. So motions are going to look like this. All right, on the last two, the burnout bicep pull-up, I guess you'd call it. I just call it my burnout, like I said. And the bent over tricep kickback. Some people call it bent over tricep extension. Same thing. I only do 1 set and I go until failure. I suggest going to failure on the last exercise because you want to give it all you got. You don't want to leave anything left in the gym. You don't want to leave the gym and say, I had more to give. So just keep going until I dropped that bar. I could not hold it anymore. As a matter of fact, I went and I did a rest pause. I remember now I went and did a rest pause. I dropped it, went down real quick, picked it up, and did a few more. Okay, and make sure you're really getting that contraction. And then over the same thing with the bent over tricep kickbacks. Make sure you're really getting that contraction, putting the back of your palm, the back of your hand through, trying to push it through the roof, okay? All right, so basically that's what I do on arm day. I haven't done an arm day in a while. I wasn't really a big fan of the whole split that had just arm day. I kind of used it as my bodybuilding day. After my arms got big and I realized I had a lagging chest, I said, hey, I'm gonna stop doing arm day. But I wanted to do that for you guys because I wanted to show you how I got my arms to get this big. A couple years ago, 2.5 years ago, my arms were real thin, about 14 inches. Since then, I have grown them to almost about 18 inches. So, I would say that is a very good amount of progression on growing your arms. But this is what you have to remember when you are trying to grow not only your arms, but any other body part. Number one, you have to be on a surplus. Surplus meaning that you are eating more calories than your body burns per day. Number two, progress. Progress with the weights. If you are doing, let's say, 4 sets of 12 reps, okay? And you have been doing 4 sets of 12 barbell curl with a 60-pound barbell. If you're doing that, and this is like your 5th round of doing that routine with the same weight, you need to start going up in weight, okay? You need to start hitting that next 10-pound increment. Even if you throw 5 pounds on it, whatever, you need to be progressing in weight, okay? And maybe the first time you jump up to the next level, the next set of pounds, you might not hit the 12 reps. You might hit 11, you might hit 10, but that's okay. Keep using that weight until you hit 12 reps, and then progress on the weight to the next weight level. Why? Because your muscles have to be forced to grow. In order for your muscles to be forced to grow, you have to be telling them, hey, I am going to demand more from you. So your body says, okay, muscles, grow, get stronger, because this is demanding more from us. 3, I love that routine. I used that routine for a very long time. I'm not gonna say that's the only routine that I used on arms, because your body does get used to something, but does not mean you need to change up the routine. Okay, so my third main tip, other than the exercises themselves, is going to be, make sure you change up your tempo, okay? Tempo meaning if you are doing a curl and you're letting it down fast and contracting quick, same thing, over and over again. Eventually you want to change your tempo, change the amount of time it takes you, change the intensity of that workout. So instead of real quick movements, maybe do a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, flex the triceps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure you guys get the point. So make sure you change up your tempo. Eventually, your body's gonna get used to that routine, and you might wanna change it up a little bit, but those are the exercises that I love, absolutely love doing. Like, without a doubt, those are my exercises. That was my staple routine. There are important things in there, like the skull crusher and the barbell bicep curl. If you are to change your routines, please do not leave those out. So whether you want strength or size, you need to be doing that, and it all depends on what rep ranges. So keep that in mind, people. All right, so number 4, guys, is if it starts burning, if it starts hurting, if you start locking up, you have more in you. If you are not ready to be close to dropping the weight because you literally can't hold it up, keep going. You are not gonna get anywhere if you start getting a little uncomfortable and you just drop the bar, or you just, that's really hurting, I'm getting a real nice pump. Go, keep going. That is like, I just started doing that with my chest. I didn't realize that I had a different mentality for my chest exercises than I did my bicep exercise. I was like, wow, my chest is burning, I'd rack it. Now I'm like, just because my chest is burning does not mean I'm even near failure. And I'm not saying to go to failure, because I like to stay a little away from failure until the last exercise, like you saw on the burnouts. So make sure you guys push yourself, okay? That's with almost anything. Push yourself. If you want big arms, put in the work to get big arms. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found some value in it. I really, really, really hope that your arms get bigger with my tips and advice. Now, if you guys know any crazy cool exercises that you guys like personally, please leave a comment down in the comment box below. And if you guys would like to see any other videos about how to get a body part bigger, or how to maybe eat healthier, or whatever it may be, just go ahead and comment below. I appreciate it. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.